and welcome to my channel. I thought I would try something new. Every time I make videos to post on Instagram or TikTok, I always feel a little bit pressured for time. So I thought to myself, let me make a YouTube video. This is my first, and I feel like here I can talk a little bit longer. I don't feel so pressured for the time. And I can express myself a little bit more better than I can when I am posting and uploading videos on Instagram and TikTok. So today's topic, what we're going to talk about today is called Pick a Struggle. Mama, you got to pick a struggle. I get so many repetitive types of messages, DMs. Where'd you find a high value man? Where can I meet a high earning man? How do you ask for money? How do you ask for gifts? How do you ask to get your rent paid? They're very repetitive. And I have answered these questions, and I find myself still answering these questions, most especially when I do my lives. And I don't mind, I understand there's different women and everyone's come from different places, and, everyone wants a soft life now, which I applaud you all, because you should want it, girl. But when I do answer these questions, a lot of the women, they don't like the answers. They don't like what I tell them because it's not so easy. I mean, it is easy for me, but you gotta change a lot of your thinking, They don't really like the answers. To have a soft life, to have a life where it has now become your norm to gain princess treatment and be treated as such, you have to understand that sometimes the man that will be providing you this lifestyle that you require and desire so much, sometimes he doesn't come in the package that you would like. And I've noticed that for quite a lot of women, that is an issue. But you can't allow that to be an issue if you want the soft life. If you're in your 20s, I can understand it more, because when I was in my 20s, I had a very specific type. They had to have a six-pack. They had to be taller than me. I'm 5'4". They had to have this edge about them. They had to be like a bad boy. The typical ones that would break your heart. That was my type. Like, I just needed to be with someone like that. If he wasn't like that, then I'm not even interested. And of course, my heart was broken into 10 million pieces. Come on now. But I kept on going for the same type. It didn't matter how they treated me, because they would kind of treat me the same, use me, then toss me. But I was attracted to that. I was attracted to the look, the decorum. I was attracted to the personality, the way they spoke. It was very familiar to me, and I found it very attractive. And, those relationships didn't serve me. They served them. Whatever it is that they wanted to gain from me, they gained it in abundance. You want a girl who's always available? That was me. A girl that was allowing you to use her car while she would take transport? That was me. The girl that would give you her last Rolo and she has nothing? That was me. Yes, they gained abundantly with me, and I gained nothing. Of course, I put myself in a stupid position. I was never going to gain anything. Right, so now the older I got, because I'm now in my 30s, late 30s now. The older I got, I realized that these men are not serving me. I am not gaining from these relationships. I'm losing every time. And I'm begging. I'm begging for attention. I'm begging to be loved. I'm begging to even stay in to watch a movie. I'm begging for that. I'm not even begging to be taken to somewhere amazing like I would. I mean, now I don't beg. It's a requirement. I'm just begging for us to take a drive together. I'm begging for things like that. And as I got older, I didn't come out of this mentality for a while. It took me till I was literally 29. I was 29 years old. And then I realized that I haven't been able to have a successful relationship in 10 years. Like every relationship I entered, it was always beneficial to the man and never to me. Every relationship I entered, I always had to be left. Like there was nothing that he could do. There was no bad he could do to me that would make me leave him. He would always have to be the one to leave because I was always like this, no matter how bad they treated me. And I started to feel like an idiot. I started to feel like a fool, and I started to feel used. Like sometimes I would be in positions where I know that they're using me. I know that they're using me, but I'm still gonna allow you to use me. I'm gonna give you an example. When I was 23 or 24 years old, I met this guy. He is a clown. I met this guy, rubbish, just came out of jail, went into jail for beating his girlfriend. Can you imagine? I went for someone that went into jail for beating his girlfriend. I went there. This is how much this wasn't developed at all. Anyways, so I remember I was dating this guy. We're gonna call him a clown. So I was dating Clown, and then me and Clown, it was good for the first month, you know, seeing each other all the time. Never took him on a date though. It drove my car though. So Clown, I found out through Facebook that Clown had got back together with the mother of his children. Clown was like 2 years older than me. He was 26, I think, at the time. Can you imagine? So he's come out of jail. He's 26. He's got multiple kids for multiple women. Yeah, but this was the type of men I was going for. Lord. So I found out that he had gotten back with the mother of his children. I found it on Facebook through a picture, and I'm going crazy. I'm cussing. I'm doing the most, you know. He comes over to my house because I was confronting him on the phone. When he came over, I was able to confront him face to face, you know, and he gave me the sob story. You know, I just have to pretend because she won't let me see my kids, you know, like you're the one I really love, bloody, 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 blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, oh, okay, babe, okay. So we go back and forth with this for months. You know, he's over there, I'm over here, he's sleeping over, I'm listening to the BS and I'm accepting it, even though deep down I know that this is BS. So I remember one time when we was coming towards the end of our relationship, he spent the night with the baby mother, you know, because the kids couldn't sleep without him in the house. Okay. And the next day while he was on his way to my house, the baby mother called my phone. She called my phone. She had an actual decent conversation with me. It wasn't back and forth, and she was basically just letting me know that he's lying to me and they have been fully back together as boyfriend and girlfriend. That all the things that he was saying about her being crazy, him coming over when you know, just to look after the kids, absolute rubbish. It was all nonsense. They were together fully. They were happy families. I was literally in the scenario. I was the one on the side. So she told me this and she confirmed everything I had already been feeling. So then he came over to the house, well, my house, and I've already heard this information. So she's already confirmed what I've been feeling anyways. She has told me the truth. As I said, it was a decent conversation. There was no yelling. There was no bitch, you did. Nah, it was just two women talking because she wanted to let me know what was happening for real. You know, and she was over it with him as well. But she could obviously see that he was lying to me. Guys, why is it when this guy came over fully knowing this information, I went to go and cook for him. And I remember he wanted a fry up. He wanted breakfast. I ran out of sausages and I ran out of eggs. Why did I go into my car and drive to Sainsbury's to buy this man's sausage and eggs? Why? Why did I do that? Knowing what was happening, knowing he was taking me for an idiot, knowingly I did this. And I caught myself in Sainsbury's. I'll never forget. I remember when I reached for the sausage because I was looking for Turkish sausages because he didn't eat pork, but he did everything else because he was a Muslim. I remember thinking to myself, girl, what are you doing? Like, seriously, what are you doing? Why are you doing this? But I bought it. I bought the sausages, came home, you know, did a fry up for him, and I fed him. And I remember I didn't say anything. I didn't talk about the conversation. You know, I didn't do nothing. We did what we did, and then he left. This was a repetitive cycle for me throughout the whole of my 20s. These were the type of relationships I was enduring. When you say that they're low self-esteem, I had no self-esteem. I literally put up with nonsense. So when I got to 29 and I had looked back, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, I'm thinking to myself, the following year I'm going to be 30. And I'm thinking to myself, like, I don't have a long-lasting relationship, a successful relationship. I have been used. I have had different versions of clown in my life, in and out, in and out, in and out. I was tired. I was exhausted. I had felt ran through. I had felt used, abused. And I don't even blame the men. I blame myself. Because at the end of the day, I allowed them in. They didn't barge in. They didn't command themselves to come in. I gave them the authority to come into my life. So I never ever, you know, said anything bad about them because I was a doormat for them. I was a doormat that they could just rub their feet on. So when I got to 29, I knew things had to change for me. I knew that I didn't want to continue the way I was. And I knew that if I did continue the way I was going, I'm going to get to 30, 31, 35. I'm still going to be in this repetitive circle like an idiot. So I made the change and I went on a dating site. Oh, that's so embarrassing to admit, but I did. I went on a dating site. And I remember going there specifically with the mind that I need to meet new type of men. The type of men that I was so accustomed to, I wanted anything that was not that. I wanted anything that was not roadman. Anything that didn't sound or smell like what was so familiar to me. I wanted to be so out of my comfort zone because I thought to myself, if this is what I'm getting from this, it can't get any worse. And I was right. So I remember I met a guy. I'm gonna call him Pinocchio. I actually wrote about him in my book, and I call him Pinocchio in my book. I'm gonna call him Pinocchio. I met a guy called Pinocchio, and Pinocchio, if he ever sees this video, he's from Cyprus. He will already know who he is. I don't even want to say this in case he sees this video because it's embarrassing, but you know what, I'm gonna say it. Dating Pinocchio raised the bar for me. Like, he put the bar here for me. The bar now it's like above the solar system now. But dating Pinocchio changed my life. Dating wise, changed my life when it came to dating. He showed me that there are better men. There's better treatment. And I did not need to suffer because I was so used to nonsense. The relationship with Pinocchio, that's for another video. If you're interested, let me know. I'll make another video about Pinocchio. But Lord have mercy, Pinocchio did things to me that no man's ever done till date. But dating Pinocchio is from Cyprus, so he's obviously white. So from dating Pinocchio, I started to swirl. I started to swell. I started to swell a lot more, to the point where I'm not swelling anymore. I'm simply snowflaking. If you know what I mean, you know what I mean. And then, right when my relationship ended with Pinocchio, I wanted more. I am now dating a guy who's giving me so much. Like, he's taking me to places I've never been. He's buying me things. He's whisking me away to countries, you know, to Cyprus. I'm seeing things I've never seen. I'm having sex I've never had. My body's doing things it's never done. So, like, this is like a new world for me. This is Aladdin and Jasmine on the magic carpet. This is a whole new world. Like, what? So when the relationship ended with Pinocchio, sorry, I wanted more. I wanted more. I was like, I can't. It's like, imagine you've been eating crap your whole life, like junk food, and then you're finally able to go to a 5-star Michelin restaurant, and you are able to have, and you just, that beef, that burger, everything tastes so much better, so much high quality. I was now eating nicer food. I couldn't go back to McDonald's. I couldn't go back to McDonald's is even a stretch. I couldn't go back to Morley's. Couldn't go back there. Couldn't go back there. So now I am now looking and putting myself, and my career has started right now as well. My career as a film and producer has now started as well at this point. I think I'm 30 now. Yeah, I'm 30. No, I'm 31. 31, 32. Oh, I'm early 30s. One of those numbers. My career has started now. And now, because the career has started now, so now I'm moving in different circles. So I'm around different types of men and women. I'm not so much around the hood anymore, around the ghetto. I'm now around George instead of Jamal's. Yeah. And George just looks so different from Jamal's. George looks so different from Jamal's. Like, they talk different, they walk different, they smell different, they act different. But I noticed that when it came to the Georges, not necessarily aesthetically pleasing, not really giving eye candy, but baby, they were giving princess treatment candy all the way. They were giving princess treatment candy all the way. I have been to some of the finest restaurants, finest hotels. I have flown to so many different countries. I have been put in positions in such a short space of time, by the Georges of the United Kingdom compared to the Jamals of the hood. And I no longer cared about looks anymore. I was being taught. I was being shown different things. I was being flown. I was being flued out, as they say. I was having this different type of world treatment right now that couldn't compare to what clown was giving me, or the clowns in my 20s were giving me. And yes, the Georges look nothing like the clowns. But as I said, they were treating me so much better. They were treating me so much better. And I was eating so much high quality food that, even though till date, the clowns are still more attractive, like they got the body, like, and they got the, that looked more appealing on the menu. That was benefiting me. That I was gaining from here. I was gaining a lot more from here. I was being seen here. I wasn't just a body, you know, I wasn't someone to use. They were not trying to use my car. They were trying to buy me a car. He's trying to use my car. You see the difference? This one is trying to move in with me. This one is making me move in with him. It was night and day. It was night and day. It was too different. You're asking for £100. He's giving me a bag. The difference was just too much between them. So I came to the conclusion that if I want to be with a man that's going to serve me, it's going to give me that princess treatment, and it's going to make me feel seen, and it's going to pay attention to me, and that is going to take care of me financially, that can set me up, elevate my life, my lifestyle, it ain't the clown. It ain't the clowns. It was the Georges. It was the ones that didn't really look, you know, but everything else was, you know, it was them. So this is what I mean when I say there's picking a struggle. So it's like, I could have just stayed there. I still could stay there. I could go back there, God forbid. I could go back there and just be with the clowns of the world, the clowns that take from me, that don't give to me. Or I could be with the Georges of the world that give to me and don't take from me. But they don't look as good as they look. So which poison are we gonna take? Because they both have their poisons. They both have their cons and pros. They both have it. But which one benefits me the most? Because that's all that matters. Which one makes me live in my soft girl era? Which one takes me away from being manly, from doing things for my own, from making things happen, from making sure that this is done, that is done? Which one of them takes me away from that and makes me to be softer? That makes me to just sit back and be in receiver mode. That makes me to be more pleasant to be around, more joyous, more warm to be around. Which one does it? I think we all know which one. So yes, this side may not be the most aesthetically pleasing, because you know they are older as well, but I would take this over that any day of the week. So as I say to you ladies, you gotta pick a struggle, you gotta pick a poison, you gotta pick it. What do you want more? If you want this soft girl life era, you have to weigh it up. You have to weigh it up. You have to weigh up your options. Like, you can stay over there because the sex is banging, they look amazing, you feel it's very familiar to you, but they're broke and you're broke and he's using you and it's struggle and it's cheating and it's just hood shit. It's just nonsense. And you're one of many girls to these guys. Or you can stay over here, that where they see you, where they will invest in you, where your finances are taken care of, where they've elevated your lifestyle, where you are no longer in that struggling masculine phase of your life. You got to pick a struggle, mama. Which one do you want? Which one do you want? Do you want to wake up to someone they're attracted to and you're broke as fuck? Do you want to wake up to someone that's just like, you may not be attracted physically, but you're attracted to his heart and he looks after you? And as women, when someone does and does and does for us, we usually tend to fall in love. So which one? Because I know which one I've chosen. So this is what I mean, ladies. I say pick a struggle.